This Saturday, the 1st of April, is April Pools Day. The campaign by Poolworks and the Red Cross aims to promote CPR training. Here's Angela Albuquerque.
Red Cross is proud to be in partnership with Poolworks on their April Pools promotion throughout the state, ensuring that safety message, swimming pools and pool safety. We follow the Kids Alive safety process, and the important facet of that is learning to resuscitate, and that's where Red Cross comes in. Right across the nation, we're teaching people how to deal with emergent circumstances and resuscitation. It is not difficult to learn to resuscitate. Indeed, you can learn how to resuscitate people in little as 4 hours of training with us, and after that, of course, you get a nationally recognised certificate of training to show that you've got that competency. The training involves, with CPR, we're talking about adult, child and infant resuscitation, and that also includes automatic use of the automatic external defibrillator. As people get to do this training with us, they realise just how easy it is to operate these devices, but most importantly, it's very important for people to understand how to recognise life-threatening emergencies and how to jump in there and deal with them straight away. The Kids Alive program is Laurie Lawrence's safety program, dealing with children around swimming pools. And as I was saying before, the important part of that as far as Red Cross is concerned is the last facet of it, which is dealing with resuscitation and teaching people who have a pool and have children and anybody that's around the pool that could find themselves in a drowning situation, how to deal with that situation as quickly as possible. The courses that we are providing, the CPR course, which is about 4 hours, but we also provide and would recommend that people do a full first aid course, and that can be anything from 1 day to 2 days. And the full 2-day course covers everything from CPR right through to asthma, anaphylaxis, burns, breaks, bites and stings, the whole range of possible scenarios that people could find themselves in an emergency or a life-threatening situation. The first thing you should do is obviously remove the child from the water, and then see if you can get onto an ambulance straight away. If you're unsure what to do, get an ambulance to you as quickly as possible. But we will then go through and teach people, all of our clients, all the processes of ensuring that you can get an airway to see if the person can start to breathe on their own. If not, then we can start breathing for them. Children and water. We have to ensure that any child that wants to be adventurous and climb a fence or gets through an open gate and starts playing around with the water, should they inadvertently fall into the water, we have to be there and know how to resuscitate should they come to grief. A range of things can happen. It depends on their age, and if they can get themselves to the side and recover, that's terrific, because they can get themselves out of the pool, or they can get to the steps or grab onto something. If not, there's a drowning situation could happen. A drowning situation can take place where, worst case, where a person's face is down in the water and they absorb water, they swallow water, they breathe water in and they asphyxiate. It doesn't take very long at all, and a moment's inattention can lead to a pretty serious situation. And that's why we're saying, make sure that the pool is safe. Look after and observe children that are in the pool. Make sure that there are no objects up against pool fences, gates aren't left open, that they are self-shutting and that sort of thing. It's also a good idea to ensure that there are not too many toys and things that can attract a child to go into the pool area. And then, of course, at the end of the day, should all of those things fail, ensure that you know how to resuscitate. Well, you should never go into water beyond your capability, and it's easier said than done, but what we always recommend when we're dealing with a drowning emergency is never go into water that's beyond your capability. So we would advise people to steer clear of the water if they are unable to swim. Well, if they can't swim, they can't swim. So that's why we're saying it's all about safety, ensuring a person who can't swim, is too young to know how to swim, can indeed be kept away from a dangerous situation. And that's what I'm saying. Don't do anything that's beyond your capability. So if you can stand in the water or paddle in the water, that's fine, but we would suggest that you don't go any further than what your capabilities allow. You can't tell a person not to panic.
Okay, so what Poolworks did is they carried out a survey and found that 75% of people didn't know how to carry out CPR. And what's even worse is 37% of people didn't even know where to get the training from, and 34% of people had partners that could carry out CPR but didn't know how to do it themselves, so they thought that was okay. So the Red Cross are very well known and being very supportive with us on the April Pools Day, and just all around being very helpful when it comes to launching this program that we're carrying out. So basically what we've done is, Poolworks, we want people to realise that CPR is obviously very important, and just for us to promote it for them. Anybody with a swimming pool needs to know CPR, whether they've got teenagers, toddlers, babies. They just need to know that they can come in here and they can get some training on CPR. So look, the Red Cross is reasonably new with Poolworks, so they've come on board this year with the April Pools Day and have helped us out. So what they've done today is they've gone around nationwide and carried out 20-minute demos in all of our Poolworks stores at different times of the 1st of April.